Welcome to Rekha's EduGrid. I am Mrs. Rekha, Assistant Professor, Government Arts and Science College, Valparai. In this video, I am going to discuss about weighted average cost of capital, which comes under Unit 2 of Financial Management. For the operation of a company, it have to finance in two ways: shareholders' capital, borrowed capital. In shareholders' capital, equity and preference share capital will come, and for borrowed capital, debenture will be issued. So we have to find the cost of capital for equities, preference and debentures. So after carrying the cost of capital, we combine them to determine weighted average cost of capital. Thus, debt and equity are the two components that constitutes a company's capital funding. So since the cost of capital is the return that the equity owners and debenture owners will expect to receive certain returns on funds or capitals they have provided. So therefore, weighted average cost of capital, it indicates the return that both kind of shareholders can expect to receive. So we'll see in detail what is this weighted average cost of capital. The weighted average cost of capital is a calculation of firm's cost of capital in which each category of capital is proportionately weighting. In short, WACC, that is for weighted average cost of capital. So it's an investor's opportunity cost of taking on the risk of investing money in a company. Thus, a firm's WACC is overall required return for a firm. It is a discount rate that should be used for cash flows with the risk that is similar to that of overall firm. We can calculate weighted average cost of capital by using a formula or a table. So first we'll see how to calculate this weighted average cost of capital with the help of a formula. Formula for WACC is E divided by V into KE plus D divided by V into KD into 1 minus tax rate. Here the E, it denotes for market value of equity, and V, it denotes for total market value of equity and debt. Then KE is cost of equity, D is market value of debt, and KD is cost of debt. Tax rate, it is for corporate tax rates. So why do we multiply 1 minus tax rate? Here tax shield is on interest. So interest is tax deductible, right? And tax deduction available on interest paid, which is a benefit for the company. So we use tax rate here. So by applying the values in the formula, we can calculate weighted average cost of capital. So we can easily calculate it by using a table also. For this, I have given a question for calculating this weighted average cost of capital with the help of a table. First, read the question. The capital structure and after-tax cost of different sources of funds are given below. Compute the weighted average cost of capital. So in the table, the sources of fund, then amount, proportion to total and after tax cost is given. Equity share capital, retained earnings, preference share capital and debenture. The amount is given 7,20,000 for equity share capital, 6 lakh for retained earnings, then preference share capital is 4,80,000, debenture is 6 lakh. In this question, the proportion to total is given. Suppose if the proportion to total is not given, we have to calculate the proportion to total. So first we will see how to calculate this proportion to total if suppose it is not given in the question. So first we have to find the total of the amount for equity share capital, retained earnings, preference share capital and debenture. So 7,20,000 plus 6 lakh plus 4,80,000 plus 6 lakh will get 24 lakhs. After finding the total of the sources of fund, first we have to calculate the proportion of total for equity share capital. That is, it is equal to 7,20,000. divide by the total amount of sources of fund, that is 24 lakh. Multiply by 100, we'll get 0.30. So here we can see that for equity share capital, proportion to total is 0.30. Like this, we have to calculate it for retained earnings. That is 6 lakh divided by 24 lakh, we'll get 0.25. And for preference share capital, 4 lakh 80,000 divided by 24 lakh, we get 0.20. And for debenture, 6 lakh divided by 24 lakh, we'll get 0.25. So this is done if suppose the proportion to total is not given. But in this question it is given. Then after tax cost percentages have been given. For equity share capital it is 0.15. For retained earnings it is 0.14. Preference share capital 0.10. And for debenture it is 0.8. So what we are doing is we are taking the amount and weighing. So it is how much each we have in business. So in our business, the equity share capital is 30% and retained earnings is 25%. Preference share capital is 20% and debenture is 25%. We are finding the proportional to total. So it gives us how much each we are using in our business for operation to finance. So next we'll see how to calculate this weighted average cost of capital. So to find out the solution, first we have to write the sources of fund, equity share capital, retained earnings, preference share capital, debenture. Then proportion to total we have to, which is already given in the question, we have to write that 0.30, 0.25, 0.20, 0.25. Then after tax cost also given in the question. In order to find out the weighted cost for equity share capital, we have to multiply the proportion to total into after tax cost percentage. And the same thing it have to be done for retained earnings, preference share capital and debenture. So here we have calculated for equity share capital 0.30 multiply 0.15 will get 4.5. For retained earnings 0.25 multiply 0.14 will get 3.5. For preference share capital 0.20 multiply 0.10 we get 2.0 and for debenture 0.25 multiply 0.08 we'll get 2. Next we have to find the total for weighted cost. So 4.5 plus 3.5 plus 2.0 plus 2.0 we get weighted average cost of capital as 12. So the total is 12. So weighted average cost of capital can be calculated by using the table and also with the help of the formula we can find out this. So we have to know what is the benefit after using this weighted average cost of capital. So if for example if the company yields return of 20% and the weighted average cost of capital is 12%, this means that the company is yielding 8% return on every fund the company invests. So it means for each amount spent, the company is creating 80 cents of value. In other hand, if suppose the company return is less than the weighted average cost of capital, for example, if the company return is only 10% and weighted average cost of capital is 12, that is the company is losing 2 cents for each amount spent, which indicates that it would be better for the investors put the money somewhere else. Thus, a firm's weighted average cost of capital is overall required return for a firm. Because of this, the company directors will often use WACC internally in order to make decisions like determining the economic feasibility of mergers and other expansionary opportunities. Hope you have understood this topic. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.